Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Table Talk. My name is Michael Bowman. I'm one of the pastors here at Asbury United Methodist Church, and just want to say thank you again for joining in on these weekly videos where we and you are taking time to use our reflection guides that you might gather together in smaller groups, maybe even around a dinner table or coffee, seeking to learn and grow with one another from our Sunday morning messages. This past Sunday was the fourth Sunday of Advent, where we read from Mary's Magnificat, which comes from Luke's Gospel, chapter 1, starting with verse 46. I want you to just take a moment and hear these words of prophecy from the mother of Jesus. Luke tells us, Mary said, "With all my heart I glorify the Lord." She says, "In the depths of who I am, I rejoice in God, my Savior. He has looked with favor on the low status of his servant. Look," she says, "from now on, everyone will consider me highly favored because the Mighty One has done great things for me. Holy is his name." And then she begins to prophesy. She says, "He shows mercy to everyone from one generation to the next who honors him as God. He has shown strength with his arm. He's scattered those with arrogant thoughts and proud inclinations. He's pulled the powerful down from their thrones, and he's lifted up the lowly. He's filled the hungry with good things, and he's sent the rich away empty-handed." She ends it all by saying, "He has come to the aid of his servant Israel, remembering his mercy, just as he promised to our ancestors, to Abraham and to Abraham's descendants forever." Now, as we hear Mary's words, we are reminded that the sound of Advent is the voice of women. In this case, it's the sound of a young and poor peasant woman who's often overlooked. She's of no status or reputation from this nobody town that no one cared about. And this would be who God chooses to mother Jesus, to mother God. Mary would be the mother of God. Let that really sink in for a moment. Now, I don't know about you, but that seems like a pretty big deal. The words of this young woman ring out as a song of praise to her God, while at the same time, these lyrics produce the words of prophecy. One scholar calls Mary's Magnificat a dangerous song of salvation. How about that? A dangerous song of salvation. This is a victory song for those often overlooked, for the lowly and the broken and the hurting, for the neglected and the pushed to the side. It's a dangerous, inflammatory even song which calls into question the status quo and the powers that be. And at the same time, Mary's words reflect the ultimate kind of submission. Mary recognizes what God is doing in her and through her and for her, and she immediately rejoices and submits to God's work in her life and in the world. Now, the thing is, none of us get to choose or to decide who God will choose to carry out his will in the world, and we don't get to pick even how God will choose to do this. However, we can learn from Mary how to receive such a gift and how we might even participate in the transforming work of Christ in our own life and in the world around us. And if this is true, will our response be like Mary's? How might we submit to what God may be asking of us, whether it be big or small? Mary sings out a song of radical hospitality and revolutionary grace and love. And when God calls us to participate in what God is already doing in the world, what will our response be? To act as if we didn't hear? Or to sing a radical and revolutionary song of hope, peace, joy, and love? Take some time to consider these questions, and remember to click on the link below to download a Table Talk Reflection study guide with questions and other resources for conversation as you faithfully worship, serve, and grow.